we're fighting for days, stuck in a phase. I think we're losing the reason. One word is all it takes, babe. Bursting out in cold flames, breathing, we are catching fire. Thought that we were wiser. Go and light the match, babe. Miss out on the good days. Breathing, we are catching fire. We're fighting for days, stuck in a phase. I think we're losing the reason. One word is all it takes, babe. Bursting out in cold flames, breathing, we are catching fire. Thought that we were wiser. Go and light the match, babe. Miss out on the good days. Breathing, we are catching fire.
Funny how the story goes, little hope but bigger dreams. They try to bring a sucker down, singing louder than the crowd. Listen the rhythm, I'm feeling brand new. Keep pushing forward, it's gonna save you. Never look down, love, not when we shine so bright. The sun is getting warmer, but when we soar away among the clouds, the sky is just a border. But when we're floating up like helium, sip me up like lemonade. We both know it's bittersweet. The sorrowness will bite your tongue. No one is forever young. No. Listen the rhythm, I'm feeling brand new. Keep pushing forward, it's gonna save you. Never look down, love, not when we shine so bright. I know the sun is getting warmer, but when we soar away among the clouds, the sky is just a border. But when we're floating up like helium, disaster. Speed away from the holy mind. Pride. That's where I never thought it would matter. If I'm gone by now, all my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good, you got me good. I keep on driving till it bends, still it feels like I pretend. Keep on driving and driving along the road to end. Lost my head over my back between the jars and bottle jack. Just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving and driving. In the heat from a hot California, I forgot how you looked like in rain. That's why I never thought it would matter. If I'm gone by now, all my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good, you got me good. I keep on driving till it bends, still it feels like I pretend. Keep on driving and driving along the road to end. Lost my head over my back between the jars and bottle jack. Just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving and driving. All the memories just lingers on repeat like it is never gonna stop. I can't help myself from feeling all alone, but you got me good, oh, you got me good. I'm thinking back on all those times when I felt closed off from all that I could become. Eager but too scared to climb. Wanted to please my friends, but it felt like the end of myself.
Hello everyone, welcome. As you guys are rolling in here, I can see I've got about 10 of you already. Thank you, come on in, get comfortable. This shouldn't be a super long stream, it's only going to be about 20-25 minutes. My name is Justin Laurie, I am the owner of Chroma JT Studio Event Productions. And I am super excited to be hosting this event, or participating in this event, I should say, this week. For those of you who are kind of like, wait, virtual events? I'm at a virtual vendor event. Yes, you are. And I am here as your vendor for virtual events. And I'll be honest, I've never done this before for virtual events, but I'm super excited to be here talking to you today about it because I am passionate about helping you deliver a high-quality virtual event that can lead to a purpose-driven payday and lead to you making 6, 7, 8 figures simply by hosting a virtual event. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to be talking about unleashing the power of virtual events. So real quick, our agenda tonight, we are going to be defining what is a virtual event. We're going to be talking about the benefits of hosting a virtual event. We're going to be talking about how it's actually more cost effective to run a virtual event. We're going to be talking about the increased reach and accessibility. We're going to talk about the enhanced engagement and interaction you get from virtual events. We're going to talk about the key considerations for hosting a virtual event. And I'm going to conclude with some Q&A and letting you guys ask a couple of questions, and then we will wrap things up for this evening. So, what is the definition of a virtual event? Well, a virtual event is an online gathering or conference that takes place in an environment instead of a physical location. Now, I don't know how many of you remember this, but in March 14th actually, 2020, Trump declared a state of emergency and the world began to shut down. Now, I was an in-person event planner. I've been doing in-person events for years, and we had to make a choice. We could either shut down and close the business entirely, or we could pivot and do virtual events. And that is what we chose to do, and we have actually seen exponential growth just in doing virtual events over the last 3 years. So what are the benefits of hosting a virtual event? Well, first off, it's cost effective. You have no rental, travel, accommodation costs. You don't have to buy a room block. You don't have to have a food and beverage contact. None of that exists in virtual, and I love it! It's so much more cost effective, and your overhead is so much lower when you run a virtual event. You don't have catering and all of that stuff, and you can do it from the comfort of your own home. I'm hosting this event. I mean, technically this is a live stream, but you could argue this is sort of an event. I'm doing this from my home office. You know, I have a home studio that I run my events out of, and I'm hosting this with the same equipment I would be using for a virtual event if this was a 3-4 day event. It's really cool that you can do this from the comfort of your own home. So, it does increase reach and accessibility. You know, there may be someone sitting at home that is like, oh my god, I would love to attend your event, but I just can't afford, I can afford the ticket, but I can't afford the hotel and the plane ticket. I can't afford to be gone for 3 days, which is actually more like 4 or 5, let's be honest. I can't afford to take that much time away. But with a virtual event, people are more willing to do it. Because guess what? They don't have to travel. They don't have to be away from their families. They can get the same access and information right from home and not have to travel. Which means you have a larger pool of participants you can pull from. Whereas with in-person events, you may have that global marketing audience, but you're only going to get maybe a fraction of that. Less than a quarter of that would show up if this was an in-person event, because at some point you're going to hit the capacity limits of the hotel based on the room block that you have. And, sometimes you can go to the hotel and be like, hey, I'm going to have a bigger event. Is there a room? They may have room, they may not. With virtual, doesn't matter. You can add more tickets as you need them, which I love about virtual events. You have enhanced engagement through things like gamification, chat, Q&A, breakouts. I love breakouts. They are the most important thing you could have in a virtual event. You have meaningful connections. One of the things, you can't see it because it's on the other side of the camera. and I don't have it on right now. On the wall directly behind the camera, there is a giant television. That giant television is what I put attendee Zoom on when I'm hosting a virtual event. Because now I can be looking at the camera and I can be like, Monica is doing something really cool. I can have an interaction with them. I can do that in virtual. You know, in person, I maybe can see a row, maybe two, and for certain not the entire width of the row. And the further back you go, it gets harder and harder to see. By the fourth or fifth row, I can't see. So I may be seeing that they're doing something, but I don't know what they're doing, and I also don't know their name. Virtual, I can see their names. I can call them out by name. I know who you are every time. And it's a really cool experience that you get to have. So let's talk about being cost effective. I said you eliminate so much overhead because you don't have the physical resources and the travel. When you take all of that out and all you're left with is the content, it's so much cheaper. And honestly, the cost of the gear to get started is a lot. We'll be honest, but that's where we come in. We take the stress of running the technology off for you. You literally just have to have a webcam or a camera and a space to film in. You connect to our system, and we give you the instructions how to do that. And you are producing a virtual event utilizing our platform, which is designed specifically for virtual events. It's built on top of Zoom. It is by far the best virtual event platform on the market. And I'm not biased. I'm honestly, and I've used a bunch of them. The one we use, hands down the best product on the market. You will have access to that should you decide to host a virtual event with Chrome JT Studio Event Productions. You know, you also have an increased reach and accessibility. You know, you're breaking down barriers, the distance and time. You know, oh, I would love to attend your event, but I don't have the time, or I can't be away for that long. Those aren't excuses anymore because now, guess what? It's right in your living room. It's on your time. You know, we do have a live schedule, and it is a live virtual event, but you can do it from the comfort of your home, and you can take us with you on the road. You could listen to us on the train, in the car, wherever you are. We can accommodate your needs at any given time. You know, I talked about having enhanced engagement and interaction. Because you have those live chats, you have the ability to see your participants with two-way video. It's a total game changer. You can collaborate, you can do breakout rooms, you can engage with attendees in a much more meaningful and deeper way than you ever could in an in-person event. Not that you couldn't do it with in-person, but it was harder, and it definitely is not as easy as it is with virtual events. So some key considerations for hosting a virtual event. Number one, you need to choose the right platform. Now, lucky for you, we are providing that platform to you if you decide to book with us. We offer those tools and we manage all of that. Again, our goal, take the tech side out of it so you can focus on what matters most to you, and that is the content. We don't want you having to worry about managing technology other than a camera connecting to the system, and that's it. From that point on, we take it from there. We design the dashboard. We help you get your attendees registered into the platform, and we handle the communication out to the attendees, so you don't even have to worry about that. There is no excuse. This leads to a 5, 6, 7-figure, 8-figure payday because you can take those attendees, pitch them your high-ticket offer, which could be a coaching program. It could be, you know, a one-on-one coaching call. It could be anything you want. And you make it offer, I guarantee you, because they've now spent 3 or 4 days with you, they're now more likely to purchase from you again because you can take them from being a client to a raving fan. And it's an amazing experience that you will not regret. So, in conclusion, the benefits of hosting an event. It's cost effective. It's expanded reach. There is potential growth in virtual events. And, we get asked this all the time, and I put it in the marketing materials for this live stream tonight. Are virtual events going away? No. If anything, they are more prominent now because so many more businesses are seeing the potential and seeing the fact that, hey, I don't have to spend money on a hotel, and I don't have to do a food contract, a room block. I have a lower overhead. I don't have to travel. My attendees don't have to travel. There's so many reasons to do a virtual event over in person that it just makes sense. So, what I'd like to do is open it up to any questions if there are any. And I want to thank you guys for your time and attention. I know I kind of went through the content fast, but like I said, I didn't want to take too much of your time this evening. I'm not seeing any questions coming in right now. I'll keep an eye on it. But real quick, I did want to say, if you liked what you heard tonight, if you're like, you know what, Justin, I am with you. I want to host a virtual event. I want that 7, 8, 9, 10-figure payday. And I want to harness it through the power of virtual events. Well, I got great news for you. I'll be honest, there are a lot of event planners out there. And I'll be honest, a lot of them are quite a bit out of reach. What we have strived to do, we have guaranteed our prices be as low as humanly possible and still give you that same quality of service as if you were going with one of the big providers. So, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and schedule that call with me today. You can do it on our website, chromajtstudioevents.com. That is where you can click the button and book that call. It's a 1-hour Zoom call. We literally take you step by step through the entire process in planning out your virtual event. We get you all the pricing, and if you decide to book with us, we get you that contract and get you your ball rolling. And also, I forgot to mention, if you decide to go with us, we have 2 options. There is the option where you can do it from home and you connect to us remotely, or we do have studio space where you can travel to us, come to our studios, and you are produced out of our studio space, which is actually this room that I'm in right now. I'm actually utilizing it for this. So, what are you waiting for? There is no better time but the present. Host that virtual event. Contact us today. Schedule that call. I cannot wait to see what the future has in store for you. I want you to have success. So, what are you waiting for? Book that call today. I can't wait to see that success you are about to have. And I will see you guys later. I'll be interacting with you guys throughout the rest of the event. I'll probably go live a couple more times just to talk about some other factors of virtual events. But I want to thank you for your attention, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.